Hi guys, we are back. Your girl is down, but I'm always up, period. Always blessed. Cold's trying to get me down, but I'm fighting it, drowning myself in honey and lemon tea with ginger and all of that great stuff. First of all, he's trying to talk shit about I don't eat fruits. I eat fruits. I love bananas. I have bananas every day mostly. I like pineapples. I like grapes. Like, I eat fruits quite regularly. So that's not the reason why I'm ill. Obviously, we live in England. Weather's changing here and there. I go out quite often, and it just is what it is. Talk about you should eat fruits. I don't know why he's trying to, first of all, talk shit about my diet. Like, he eats a whole bunch of bullshit. He really does. He thinks he's eating something that is amazing, but
seeing the gains. Have you been in the lab?
Okay,
that is my question.
I actually have. So anyway, that's fine.
I definitely wasn't even asking that.
Well, whatever. I've got the mic, so I'm asking the questions. So we're back. We are here talking about relationships.
We haven't even done our intro. You didn't even introduce yourself.
Okay, well, they know who I am. Big Rose. Let's get it. Let's go. Big Rose Official on the gram and anywhere else as well. My YouTube is Big Rose in the Spirit, but, that's not working on that broken progress. But, you know where to find me. It is Big Rose Official. Big brrr.
Obviously, you already know your favorite creative, MDS. You got me on Creative Productions. You got me on MDS Live as well. We are going to be adjusting the content on there. I'm working on it. The reactions were a lot harder to make than I thought, but for you lot, I've got a lot more coming. Well, on my days, my English. I've got a lot.
Fresh off the boat. English is not
first and foremost,
his first language.
You know what? To all my fellow immigrants out there, don't let no one get on to you, all right?
First of all, I'm an immigrant, so you can't say that.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. From where? Go on. From where?
Listen, they already know. If you've been watching, then you know already. Yeah, exactly. So it's fine. I don't need to. How does it not count? I've immigrated from a different place. So you're just hating.
And this is a third world
country. No, it doesn't. Really count. How does it not count? It counts.
Over there. She's trying to get on
so what?
Speaking English. All right then.
It doesn't matter.
All right then, cool.
It literally does not matter. But anyway.
A work that's progress.
Whatever.
A work that's progress. Come on.
So, back to the topic.
Back with another episode.
We're back.
Definitely gonna jump in because she's
probably next one won't be outside because I feel like these episodes are not helping with me maintaining my colds. Like, the weather's changing. Like, it's cold.
In fact, it wasn't even meant to be outside. Didn't need to be outside, but you know what?
He wanted it to be outside as well. He changed his mind as well before I even brought it up.
For consistency, I needed us to be here. Well, I wanted us to get another episode.
For consistency, he says.
Am I lying?
Okay, well, we're here.
Right.
We're here.
I had to get another episode out for you guys. I've been getting on to me. You don't thought I was going to disappear again. But nah, it's not happening. We're going to keep the content going. Do you mind? I want to do the beginning. I started. Because last time, a lot of people were getting on to me saying that, I wasn't getting onto her. Well, I was getting onto women in general. And guess who was complaining? Women.
I really did like the last conversation we had about relationships. I feel like we didn't shine a light on it, on its entirety, to be fair. And
once again, no, wait, let me finish.
And I was kept getting interrupted every minute like he's trying to do right now. I couldn't get my fucking point across because he always wanted to interject. So it's just about listening and understanding and actually putting the clarity out there without, having it be about something else completely different. Like, for example, you was bringing up, like, it was like, on one hand, men are like this and then women are like that, which is completely, but it's not though. Because I feel like there's definitely levels and factors to it. And obviously, we can argue those points, 100%.
Before we start, can I just say why I said that?
Go on.
The only reason why I said that was because of the point I brought up at the beginning, which was consumption. And basically relationships are basically just consumption nowadays. It's competition with no collaboration. It's like, unless you're giving something, you're not going to get in return. And that goes for men and women. That's what I was saying. People were thinking I was saying that, women are just getting things. I wasn't saying that. Women deserve to get things, you know what I mean? That's the norms of life. Everyone who knows me, I ain't going to say any different. However, I don't feel like you should just be nonchalantly giving. I've been out here a long time for all my people that know. It's tough out here. The game is the game at the end of the day, but you can't be expecting things in situations where you know that's never going to be the outcome.
I agree with that.
Wrong, right? Cool. So in that sense, what I was saying is that people are going into relationships or relationships are being committed to where you could say that one party is trying harder than the other. Am I right in saying that?
Yeah, for sure.
Right. So when I was saying that men do one thing and women do the other thing, if they want to, what I was saying is that it's a choice thing and everyone has the right or the chance to make that choice and to say, right, am I going to do this thing for that person? No. Will I do this thing for that person? Yes.
That's
Is that
nothing
wrong?
what you were saying last time.
My, if you
No.
deep the
But you know,
conversation,
you were saying, let me tell you what you were saying.
Go on.
You was talking about, men are more spiritual on their journey when it comes to love and searching for blah, blah, blah.
Right,
and then, you know, like, I think that's complete bullshit because at the end of the day, you have these I'm not talking about you, so don't take it personal. I'm talking about these.
Once again, hold on,
can I just
never taking it personal.
let me speak?
Everyone knows about me.
This is my issue with his guy. Like, I'm trying to get my point across. Like, be quiet. So I'm talking about these emotionally unavailable men, right? You're very emotionally available. We can flipping tell. But my point is,
Say one more time so that people understand.
My point is, you have guys that are not emotionally available, right? And then they make it a lot harder for the woman that's actually, you know, in their situation. Because often it's guys that do pursue these women and start and then they just give up. And then there's a woman pursuing men. Like, a woman should never pursue a man. Definitely pursue, shut the front door. Like, let me speak. No. So you could definitely shoot your shot as a woman. But in terms of you expressing your interest, letting you know that you're attracted to somebody, I don't say that's pursuing a man. That you're just letting you know, like, look, I think, you know, I could like be into you, vice versa, or would you be into me? And then you allow yourself to be pursued as a woman. Like, you chasing a man is nothing you should ever do. Definitely, I think everyone deserves to be chased and you know, be what's the word I'm looking for?
Appreciated.
No, it's not appreciated. Wanted is a good word, but it's not the word I'm looking for. But anyway, it's something that everyone deserves, you know, to have that feeling from somebody. But
what you
regardless,
mean reciprocation, as in reciprocate love. So basically, you want the person that you're chasing to chase you the exact same way. But in that sense, my thing is this, right? If that's happening, why are you in that situation in the first place? Because here's my thing, right? Here's my thing.
With what's happening?
Going back to what I was saying before, right? If someone wants to do for you, they simply will. There is no ifs and buts about it. So, for example, if you're chasing someone...
That's true.
Hold on. If you're chasing someone and someone wants to chase you, that's what they're going to do. If they don't do it, then they don't want to do it. Why nowadays are we in that... You know what I'll say? Maybe it's because of what we see from back in the days, but our parents' relationships are a lot different from ours. Back in the day, there weren't that many options. This is what I was saying about before, when I was saying that a man can go into McDonald's and see a woman and automatically fall in love. But for a woman, she has a lot more variety and choice, as in... She doesn't have to necessarily actively go out there to find...
but everyone can feel like that, though.
She doesn't have to actively go out there and find a man. So for women nowadays to say that, it's tough for us to find men and this and this and this. And I'm saying maybe it's because the man you're looking for... Maybe the man that you're looking for ain't looking for you. And now me saying that makes me bad. Why does that make me bad? Why is that a bad thing? Because women can say that. People saying that about it.
Okay, look, but you wasn't saying that. You might be thinking that that's how you're coming across. But it's not what you said. You were saying that men are more spiritual and how they're searching, and women are just basically like whatever, like kind of thing.
So because
like,
I'm going to McDonald's and see a feature of this woman because of
everyone.
No, wait, hold on. So because I've decided that I've gone into McDonald's. That was the analogy I used. I've gone into McDonald's. I've seen a woman, and because of the way she treated me, I've seen a whole future of her. That has nothing to do with spirituality. That's just a feeling that in general. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, cool. Everyone can get feelings. Everyone can have...
And obviously general attraction. I'm not going to say general attraction.
Ambition that they see in somebody, like, you know what? This could be something. Everyone's got potential. Like, don't fall in love with potential. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of potential in every... I'm saying you can. I'm saying you shouldn't as a person to not fall in love with potential. Because you get yourself set up to like... get hurt in those situations. A lot of the times you could meet someone that's got the highest potential and, you know, ticking all the boxes, and do you know what, they actually fall through and come through and, you know, meet those needs, and that's great and that's amazing. But the other times you put the standards so high, right? You have put the expectations so high based on the potential, and they don't meet that. They could be like a person that on paper and in front of you, I can see you, and you know what, you actually have everything, you have all the qualities and all that great stuff, but you might not just be there yet. That might be you in 2 years, but I've met you now. Do you know what I mean? So as a person, do I have the patience to do that? I'm not... I could be supportive as a partner and, like, you know, guide you through certain things, but never controlling and stuff like that. So and again, everyone's paces, and I said never controlling. I said everyone's paces is different, because end of the day, you can have a woman that can be on some build a man type of stuff, right? Vice versa. And then you can have a guy that's on some, do you know what? I'm going to help this woman grow type of thing. But then there's elements of control in everything if you choose or you allow yourself to be in those situations. Because a lot of people do have those personality traits that do end up being quite controlling. I'm quite controlling. I'll be real. I'm controlling. That's why
I'm happy I didn't have to say it.
First of all, I know myself. You don't need to tell me about myself. No one needs to tell me about myself because I know myself.
No, because if
period.
I said it, people be getting on to me. So I'm just happy I didn't have to say it.
But I'm controlling because I know what I want, I know what I don't want, and I know what I'm not going to accept.
That's different. Controlling.
I know why I'm controlling though.
You always wanted a situation to go how you want it to. That's controlling. You wanted to make sure that a situation suits your needs. That's controlling.
Okay, but everything has to suit my needs. I would love it to meet everyone's needs, but if it's not meeting my needs, then why am I in it?
Can I ask you a question?
What?
So, all in all, how would you define a relationship? This is just how would you define it?
A relationship, like for example, a relationship could be a friendship. That's a relationship. A relationship between your family, that's a relationship. Do you know what I mean? Anything that is an exchange of, exchange of care, an exchange of, duty of care to this person. Like,
so a partnership.
Partnership as well.
So, is it fair to expect in a partnership? Is it fair to expect more of a person than you know they can do? Because here's my thing with potential, right? Because men do it with women as well, I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of men out there who meet a chick and think, like, rah, yeah, she's gonna be the one. Then a year down the line, you might be unlucky and have a baby by her, and you're like, damn, I can't.
Why would you be unlucky and have a baby by her?
Because
why can't you see the baby as a blessing regardless, which you should, and then it doesn't matter important. Because who you are is evil as well as important, and the attention that you put towards it. Right. Like, people could have a character that is not so great and not so perfect, right, vice versa, but people should be able to deal with these characters. Like when you work in a professional environment, you keep it professional. So why would you not be mature enough to coexist with the person that you created life with?
I'm not saying that you couldn't be mature enough to coexist. I'm just saying that the person who you decide to partner with is important because that ultimately determines the relationship. So, for example, me personally, if I was to have a child with someone, that's my forever partner. Do you know what I mean? I don't see myself leaving that person. I don't see myself having to change. I don't see myself wanting to change the environment I'm in or having to change the environment that my child is in, because I feel like that just affects children in a different way because it takes away the normalcy. Hence why I'm saying that it's important who you choose to be a partner. Yeah, the child is a blessing, 100%. I'm not saying that, but the relationship you have with your partner is ultimately going to determine how the outlook that your child sees on life. Do you get what I mean? Because, for example, I've worked in education for a long time and I see how different kids grow. And like I said before, there's a lot of, in our mental health and our identity episode, kids that have it figured out, you can see they have a certain level of stability in their lives. It might not always be perfect within those dynamics, but the majority of the time, the ones who are most likely to be successful have a certain level of stability. And that comes down to who you decide to partner with. No matter how you decide to look at it, no matter how you see it, that's just is what it is. That's what I'm saying. Okay. Hence why I said that it's important that you decide on the partner you want to choose, because at the end of the day, that's going to decide your environment for the rest of your life. So if you know, for example, someone has a tendency that you may not necessarily agree with, you might just have to step back. That's a hard thing to do, I'm not going to lie. Like I said, there's a lot of men out there who have baby moms that they're thinking, bruv, I should have just pulled out. But in that moment of time, you weren't really thinking about it.
No, guys, yeah, what's going on with you lot, yeah? You BM guys, you BM soldiers.
Hey, shout out to my baby moms though.
Shout out to the baby moms. Shout out to the mothers. Shout out to the mothers that do the damn thing. Shout out to the fathers, active fathers that show up for the kids, provide for the mothers, regardless of whether they're together or not together. You know what I'm saying? If you got responsibilities as an adult and you handle them, shout out to you. What is going on, yeah, with this whole, do you know what? I've got a baby mum and I hate her and she's a bitch and I'm going to disrespect her and all this other stuff. Like, and you know what? I'm just going to call my baby father when I need money. Like, what is this? What is this?
That's the spirit thing.
Like, what is this in this generation? Like, I rebuke it in the name of Jesus.
It's not this generation.
Okay, it's not just this generation. It's something that's happened generationally. Like, it happens in every culture. Like, I'm not going to lie. But some cultures more than others. I'll be real. But let's be real. Let's get back to the traditionalism, the partnership. A lot of people struggle on the partnership level of things. And that's where people F up. Like, I'm so big on partnership and wanting a family and having that be a solid family unit and having that be secure and unified. And oh my God, a raindrop just dropped on my head. This guy's got me out here in the trenches, right? Oh my God.
4 o'clock, guys. What time is it?
Do you see how dedicated I am to the mission, to the cause? Do you hear me? I can't even breathe properly. See, in these situations, you need a partner that's actually going to take care of you in any circumstance. When you're well, when you're not well, do you know what I'm saying? And just provide everything that you need. Care, comfort, security, wisdom, all of that, vice versa. But obviously, be comfortable by yourself. Be comfortable by yourself, because then if you're not, then how can you just be with anybody who's going to be with anyone for the sake of it, for the sake of convenience and comfort, and it's not good. So, no. But,
What are you trying to say about
babe mums,
out here in the cold?
babe mums, right? We love you. The man them love you, regardless. Don't let anyone make you feel like just because you have a kid, a child, that no one else is going to want you. People even want you even more, right? People even want you even more. Do you know what I'm saying? But not just... Make sure they want you because they want to have a family with you, not just because it's exciting to be with someone else's woman.
Nah, don't say that. That's gonna...
No, shut up. There's a whole fantasy that these guys have about being with someone else, like...
Nah, don't
someone else's baby mother.
Don't do that to
like it is like, do you get it? It's really weird. Like, it's really weird, especially those girls that like to be with other women's man. Like, that's really weird. Like, why would you want somebody else's man? Like, first of all, I don't want no one coming to me as a woman. I'm too grown, right? I try to avoid these things, and I really try to vet the person I'm speaking to, so I avoid all these things at all costs. Like,
vet a person.
let's
Let's talk about
it's
that.
like a job interview. It's like when you first date someone, like, you decide how far it goes. I'm not gonna, spend X amount of time with you, especially if I think you got a whole situation going on. Do you know what I mean? Let me ask you, like, so when's your last relationship? Okay, you got kids, so when's the last time you've been dealing with your baby mother?
Would you let his girlfriend stop you from finding your husband?
Alright, cool. Hey, what? I was in a situation, yeah, and you know what? Motherfucker might see this, but I don't give a fuck, because motherfuckers is blocked. Hey, what? Yeah.
I'm not involved.
Like, I don't like people, like, do you know what I mean? So it's very strange to come across a situation when you feel like, you know what, yeah, this is connection, this is a vibe, you like someone, you know what, or you can potentially like someone enough where it could grow to something more, right? So happened to be the case, right? All of a sudden, caught me by surprise. I wasn't looking for it, right? So in this situation where I have been looking for things, and this situation I wasn't looking for, caught me by surprise. Very deceptive. Hence what? I had a woman coming to me as a woman. I don't want that. I don't need that. Never wanted it. I even tried to Gcheck the situation before that to say, is this even a thing? Because obviously guys got kids. Do you know what I'm saying? Kids are a bit young. Definitely could be dealing with your baby mother still. I'm going to ask you that straight up. I was lied to, right? So at the end of the day, lying and deceiving is like one thing, but people have real situations that they can't be with their...
Women do that too, I've been in that situation.
No, everyone's been in that situation. Women do it too, but at the end of the day, yeah, people realistically go back to their families. Do you know what I'm saying? But they're out here creating bonds and connections with people, being unsure of what is happening at home for real. And like, that's so fucked up because... And now, if I was someone that got my hopes up, right? Like I said, you don't fall in love with potential. Now, if I was someone that fell in love with the potential, which I have done in the past, but this is now I'm growing, this is a different level of things, that I can gauge it differently. I didn't fall in love with the potential, but I started to really like the potential. Falling in love with the potential would have had me fucked up. I would have been outside with the girls. Do you know what I'm saying? Just doing damage control because of how I had my heart caught in that situation and it wasn't for me. How can you care for someone else's man? Like, fuck that. No way. I don't want nobody else's man. Never. Do you get it? And then, end of the day, you have to think about, like, what is really for you? Do you know what I'm saying?
Because that makes it seems...
What is really for you? Do you get it? And what is real? Like, do you know what I'm saying? Because you could be like, this experience, it felt real. Like, do you know what I'm saying? It felt real and it didn't feel deceptive in the start. It's only when you get the facts of what you don't know, it's like, oh shit, this is what really is happening right now. So at the end of the day, you want something that's real, genuine, and something you can actually genuinely build on. But everything happens for a reason. You learn things and you move. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like that situation taught me things about myself, kind of things, how I'm going about this whole dating life now as an adult. So yeah, I mean, I've not written off all the baby dads, but right now you're not my favorite.
Hey, that's funny. No, I love it. Hey, no. But see, so my thing in this area, going back to the partnerships, it goes for the same thing for man them, all right? When you're out here in these streets, make sure you're doing your vetting, because I get it. A lot of men get deceived. And maybe I'm just speaking like this because I'm a veteran in this thing, do you know what I mean? I've been around the ringer. In fact, do you feel like the experience you've had in the past has helped you in the future? Or would you feel like it's...
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't know.
Would you feel like you just constantly keep collecting?
Everything happens for a reason. I'm just learning more and more about myself, learning more and more that I've had to be alone comfortably.
Go on.
So I'm learning not to be so easily triggered, because something like that, yeah, like... It's just like, you know what, yeah, people will try and come and test you in it, so you just have to just be like, you know what, yeah, forget that.
Since you got it, but you know what?
Like, I ain't even tripping. That doesn't faze me.
So wait, before you even continue, because for me, right, I feel like it all depends on what you experienced when you're young. Because for me, because I've been out here for so long, a lot of the experience that people are having now, I had it way back.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I feel like it's allowed me to gauge. I know a lot of different kinds of women. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying it's a good thing, but at the same time, it is. I believe that a man initially should have that experience because that initially helps you decide who you want to be with at the end. Because if you go into the game a bit late, you might end up finding one. Yeah, you might think she's the one, but then a couple tendencies might start popping up. And man, them, when you see those tendencies and you don't like them, you get out of there. Don't be thinking, nah, I can change this or maybe I can tolerate that. If there's something that you don't necessarily agree with or you feel is a red flag, take that and keep it moving.
Ladies, when you see a red flag, take it and run.
Yeah.
Just run.
100%.
Because don't get comfortable with red flags, because then you'll be on the phone to your girls talking about, oh my gosh, like this and that, you're in a situation, it's long, it's draining for everyone. Like, just save everybody the stress so we don't deal with toxic people. Like, everyone likes a little bit of toxicity, just a tiny bit. But let's just maintain and like make healthy relationships a thing. Like, I'm not like, I was watching Married at First Sight today, randomly. I don't watch TV like that, but that
hey man, them don't
was
be watching
very
no rom-coms and no romantic
interesting.
movies. Have you thinking about love and
people? Like, no, I'm not gonna lie. I'm being very intentional about love these days. Like, I'm manifesting it. Like, I'm being conscious about this kind of music I'm listening to as well. Like, also,
have you moving? Nah, listen.
I like energy is so real. Like, no, energy is real.
Because wait, hold on.
No.
Before you like, oh God, finish.
Why could I never get to land? No, it's annoying. Do you know what I mean? It's cool.
Go on. It is cool.
No. Bro, when you see red flags, just run. Like,
you forgot what?
just run. Because it's annoying. Like, just talk. I don't want to talk anymore. Because every time I talk, yeah, you just annoy me. I don't care.
Cool.
Take the mic.
Oh, thank you. I'll even unlock it. So basically, man, all I was saying is, yeah, red flags, you see them, run away. And the experiences that you get from women, I'm not gonna lie, hold on to them, but always use that to gauge the relationship that you're going into next. Because like she's sulking. Because like I said, at one point you might say, yeah, I like it, or yeah, I'm okay with this now. But down the line, for example, when you do have kids and when life just starts to get on tops, just remember that the environment you're in is important. Hence why I was saying that the partnership you choose is important. Yeah, you might be wanting to discount certain things, but then what about when things are tough and you have to tolerate this person? Because let's not lie, the majority of relationships, even when we see them from our parents and our grandparents, relationships are a lot of tolerance, you know what I mean? There's going to be some days where you can't stand the sight of a person. There's going to be some days where you ain't even want to speak to a person, but that doesn't mean that things should end, or that doesn't mean that you two aren't meant to be together. It's a case of where you've kind of got to gauge how much of a person you yourself you're willing to tolerate, which is then going to gauge how long you can be with that person. Where are you going?
Don't ask me big man questions.
Where are you going? Now she's got her hood and she thinks she's some type of bad man. You know what I mean? You see what I mean? And also, man, them, when you are having kids, make sure you vet your partners and make sure you're ready. Make sure you're stable. Make sure you've established yourself. In this day and age, you don't need to rush. You could have yourself a baby back to back if you needed to, if you were really that desperate. It's not like back in the day where you just had to get it done, otherwise you just wouldn't be able to. Nowadays, there are things that you can do. You don't need to rush for anything. Stabilize yourselves, achieve what you need to achieve, and make sure you know yourself as a person, because I feel like, once again, with the experience I've gained, it's not only allowed me to gauge what I know about different kinds of women, but it's allowed me to gauge about what I know. It's allowed me to gauge what I know.
He don't get to finish his sentence, yeah? Because he don't know how to let people talk. So how about he don't get to finish his sentence? So back to what I was saying, right? I am being very intentional about how I'm trying to attract love now. So the way I'm listening to music, the way that I'm listening to, things like, conversations, things that people say and stuff like that. Like, I'm watching, like, randomly I started watching Love at First Sight. That's what I was talking about before I was so rudely interrupted. So as women, we have to have a lot of patience about ourselves, because you have men like that think they can just walk all over you whenever they feel like it, and it's just not going to happen. So first of all, I was saying that the confidence that it takes to love is a big thing. A lot of people don't have the confidence to love anymore. They don't have the vulnerability to to sit in and remain comfortable. Like being vulnerable is very hard. Like it's so hard. I'll be real. That's where I would say I might struggle. Why are you dragging me up? Like, this is what I'm saying. You have to wear my masculinity. This is so real because it's actually being so... Bro, take off my glasses. I'm being so serious. I have to wear my masculinity as a woman sometimes. Not that I try to. It's like a wolf thing, like it's a protection thing, because no one's going to take me for a dickhead. Nobody. Do you get? No one's going to treat my energy and anyhow and just dash it left, right and center. It's not going to happen. You're going to appreciate me. You're going to take it in and you're going to know and you're going to understand and you're going to feel me. Do you understand? No matter if I'm here, if I'm not here, regardless, my presence and my energy, my aura, always going to be memorable forever. I'm authentic and that's just what it is. I'm one of one, period. So therefore, I'm not going to settle for less and I'm not going to take any shit. I've done a lot of work on myself and I'm very, very patient that I'm going to find what I want and I'm not going to settle for the bare minimum, you know? So at the end of the day, right, people have to be confident in love, right? You have to be vulnerable in love, right? And you just have to go for it. Like, it's like a leap of faith, you know what I'm saying, and see where it goes sometimes. But then that part gets really, really scary because then it's like, do you really, really want to do that? Especially if you have doubts and fears. So it's like, you're not going to do that, especially if you think that person's not worth it. So again, don't fall in love with potential. Stand your ground. Don't let no one walk all over you. And when you need to take the mic, take the mic. Because sometimes your point, it could be way more valid than theirs. And, you know, that's just the way it is. Period. But, you know, he's there talking about all the different types of women that he knows. There's different levels of men, right? And there's some guys that, unfortunately, I'll be real, some of you are not men yet. As girls, some of you are not women yet. There's certain things and experiences in life that, as you grow as an adult, you become a man and then you become a woman, right? And you learn certain things about yourself and how you should treat yourself and how you should treat other people, especially in relationships, right? So as a woman now, coming into our womanhood, finding the kind of man that you want is very different because you're learning yourself as a woman and stuff like that, and thinking, okay, this is the type of man that I need, the kind of man that you want. You could be chasing that feeling all the time, but then the characteristics are completely different. You have language for it now, it's different. So then it's like, oh, I want a safe, you know, strong man, you know, not necessarily like aesthetically that he has to be tall for that, but you know, your energy got to be tall, 100%, especially if I'm Big Rose. Come on now, like, be real, for real, for no. And you just have to think, you know what, I can see myself with this person, type of thing. But obviously, what ticks your boxes as a woman, as a man, is completely different. As an individual, is completely different. Do you know what I'm saying? But especially the journey and the experiences you have definitely allow you to refine those boxes and what it means and what it'd be for you to settle. So yeah, I had to walk away with the mic because, you know, people don't let you speak.
I've always let you speak.
No, he don't. He's there talking about he always lets you speak. We have evidence. See, the phone was about to drop and I would have said true word.
Thank you for catching it though. But like she said, no, going back to her point though, the whole thing about women having to be strong, I hear that because this is something else I wanted to touch on as well whilst we were talking about this subject. My thing is this, I feel like the only reason why relationships and how we see relationships are going how they're seen today is because the black woman's had to be strong for quite a while, and I feel like that's kind of been unfair. Not even kind of, that is unfair, because if you look at Shxts and Gxgs, they're getting in trouble for that right now because of what happened with on the Andrew Salt show, where he said something about black women, about
How dare you go on a platform?
Hold on, let me land.
Go on a platform and talk about black women and not uplift black women like you didn't come out of a black woman.
Let's not blame them. Let's not blame them though. No, let's not blame them. This is what I mean. Like, what people gotta understand is a lot of women aren't for certain men, and that's just how life is. Just like a lot of men aren't for certain women. And I feel like we reached a stage where there's a lot more empowerment in what people say, and sometimes that empowerment is kind of misdirected. I don't feel like Shxts and Gxgs should be getting the trouble, all the flack for it, because at the end of the day, they were guests on someone else's show. Not only that, they were guests on another comedian show. They know how comedians function. They're comedians themselves. They make jokes that are kind of out there and outlandish. You see how they be talking about snow bunnies and whatnot, but we never get onto them about that. But now, because it was black women, we automatically want them to defend. In my opinion, I don't feel like disrespected black women in any way, because if you look at the show, if you watch the show and you actually look at it, when he says that, them man kind of look uncomfortable. But at the same time, they kind of recognize that, right, we're on a comedian show. Wait, let me land. Yeah, I know.
We're having a conversation, so you can land, but let me speak. So what I'm trying to say is, yeah, they had a conversation, right? It was viral and it happened, right? So then obviously people always have an opinion about something that goes viral. I have an opinion. I haven't even watched the flipping show. But all I'm saying is, if you're going to be in that situation, rather than be uncomfortable, have that opportunity to uplift somebody. Like,
Some men aren't built like that.
Do you know what
It's
I mean?
like, it's like, for example, right? It's like,
It
for
is what
example,
it is.
some
That's
women.
just my opinion
I know,
about
fair
it.
enough, fair enough. But alright, cool. So in your opinion, you think there should have been stronger men in that situation?
Yeah, 100%.
But in my opinion, they were strong. They were as strong as they could have been in that situation, because it's like some women. Wait, hold on. It's like some women expect their man to constantly want to go out there and fight for them. Some man can't even fight. And for you to now expect this man to go out there and have to fight for his life, in my opinion, I think it's unfair. Maybe in that moment, they didn't know how to reply or how to react to what Andrew Schultz was saying, which I'm not saying is the point, because I can't speak to them because they're growing, but I'm saying that really and truly, we should consider that, because at the end of the day, they're part of the black community. And for some reason, we're always the quickest to tear each other down. Like, if it's anyone else, we really don't really have much to say. We will let those things slide, because I feel like Andrew Schultz should be getting all the flack for it, because he made a comment. Why is it Shxts and Gxgs getting it for not defending? It's like, it wasn't really and truly, was it their place to defend? Theoretically. But I only think that is if they were talking about someone directly someone directly connected to them. But it wasn't. It was just a broad statement. And I'm not gonna lie, there are some women in general who are wild, which is how I think the joke should have gone. But going back to the other point, because black women have been seen as strong for so long, when jokes like that are made, it's kind of been normalized, which I think is unfair. Do you feel like that's kind of affected the dynamics of relation? Hold on. You know, touch her. You're the one with the COVID. I said it.
God forbid.
Yeah. Nah, sorry, YouTube. I was just
I'm saying these men will all be wishing on your downfall, and smiling in your face at the same time. I rebuke that in the name of Jesus.
I'm sorry, YouTube. But basically, I feel like because black women have had to be strong for so long, and I've had to basically kind of just deal with everything that society's thrown at them. Society has kind of disregarded their feelings. You can kind of see if the jokes that are being made and whatnot. Do you feel like that's affected how relationships work? Because nowadays people are saying that a lot of black men don't like black women. Listen, I love chocolate darlings, you know what I mean? That's been a weakness from day. I've skied before, I ain't gonna lie. I've had me an Oriental, you know what I mean? Mediterranean or whatnot. I've been out here. But I always want to go back to what I believe and to what I know, do you know what I mean? And those are our black queens out there. But do you feel like that whole image of black women in modern day has kind of affected how relationships are going? Yeah. Or do you feel like, why?
I think it depends on what kind of relationship you have with black women as well. Like, for example, if you've got a crap relationship with your mum's a black woman, and then you think, raw, like, all black women are like this, then the way you treat black women and the way that you receive black women is completely different. So, do you get it?
Do you feel like that goes the same for black men with fathers? Because if you deep it, a lot of the men that aren't there for their children, a lot of the men that don't stay with their women, are men whose fathers have normalized who've basically been left by their fathers, who haven't had a strong male role model in the house to basically show them that kind of stability.
Often, it's like you can't often model things that you have never seen. That goes for being a father, being a wife, being a husband, being a mother. But at the same time, you learn, you know what I'm saying, by being in different environments. Like, you could have a friend that has got a 2-parent household that you used to always go over to their house, and you see how they act and whatnot, and see certain characteristics, movies and stuff like that. I'm not gonna lie. Like, we were talking about the black movies before and the Tyler Perry movies and all that stuff. Right. When you see those movies, like, you get inspired by love and stuff like that. You think, wow, like, do you know what? I actually think God tailors some movies and some scripts really, really well to the message behind it that is, like, sick. There's a movie that I know definitely, like, God made me watch, like, and he made me watch it twice. It was so random, and it's a very old movie, but I've watched it now as an adult, so like my understanding, my interpretation of this movie is going to be on point now, especially having my experiences is a different, because then you can watch the same movie as a younger and be like, okay, you know what, let's say that they got married in the movie or whatever, and they're like, okay, cool, I would love to get married, blah blah blah, but then the actual deeper level of meaning behind the movie, you actually interpret that now as an adult, like, that's different. So bear in mind, I didn't watch this movie as a kid, but growing up, it's called, I think it's called 3 Chords or something like that. And so basically it's got Gabrielle Union in it. I can't remember who else is in it. But basically the point of the movie is that you have to keep God in the center of your marriage for it to work, basically, because 3 cords of a strand is not easily broken, God being the third cord, basically.
I've seen that from
It's a very good movie, and basically a lot of things don't work because you don't have God in the center of it. People base relationships off of ego, based on of materialistics, based on what you can get out of it and what you bring into the table. You both obviously have to bring things to the table, but if you didn't think that person could offer you anything at the table, why are you talking to them? Do you get it? You're already judging them at face value of what they could bring to the table. But definitely inquire, ask, and have those questions. But then it's like, okay, well, you can't provide this, shut down. Do you get it? End of the day, definitely know what you want, know what you're not going to settle for, but then also know what you have to, like, nobody's perfect, so you just know what you're willing to have patience for and what you want people to have patience for yourself, kind of thing. But those kind of movies there just do inspire love, and you think, you know what, that's actually out there. Like, you know, it's like, I wanna be like those girls in the movies and all that stuff. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like that old school 90s shit. Like, you wanna get excited about love. Like, people are not excited to love anymore. It's like, another day.
For your damn self.
This guy, this annoying person. Oh, this girl.
Everyone knows about the wizard. Everyone knows about that playlist. Listen, I'll caught myself listening to R. Kelly, not Robert. R. Kelly, all right? Separate the artist from the man. Listen.
People can't do that. Obviously, you know what? If you can enjoy music, it is what it is. It's up to you. What you digest is your business.
Well, how about this? Yeah, no. Because, all right, what you digest is your business. Fair enough. But if you... I'm not even going to talk about that one. But if you know, you know. But, for example, my thing is, what about Masego and what's his name? And Don't Deliver. Oh, what another vibe. Listen, guys, like we said before, consumption, what you consume, I'm telling you, you can definitely contribute. In fact, let's even talk about that. So, what about social media?
Yeah.
And how relationships are portrayed on social media. Let's say, for example, the one that was recently popping, the Diddy and Young Miami, which was kind of normalizing the audience.
But they wasn't in a relationship. They was in a freak ship.
No. All right,
whatever that was.
Now we know that. A freak off.
No, we knew that from the get-go. Anyone who's got eyes, they knew there wasn't a serious relationship. You asked her straight up, are they relationship? No, she was saying, we go together. Like, do you get it?
Yeah, but you said that differently. See, but that's because you have the experience. You know. But for people who don't know, they're normalizing that as, yeah, that's a relationship. Until they then find out.
What did we decide? What did we decide? What relationship was at the start? They had a relationship. They're not in.
They had a partnership. All right, cool. But to everyone, to everyone that was watching, they had a partnership. He was providing for her. She was providing whatever she was providing.
Yeah, there was definitely some agreements. There was an arrangement there.
They were in a partnership, and people were glorifying it. But now that the details of what he has been doing, because now that people have decided to accept the details of what he has been doing, the image of that relationship has now changed. Because before, people were bigging up and saying that, yeah, you know what? Maybe I've got to start dating older. I ain't gonna lie.
Who said that? I don't know who said that. But anyways,
maybe
I'm like, I've always said that. I've always said dating older is the way forward. Not the way forward, but it's something that I would prefer.
I was gonna say, the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice. If you know, you know. We've been skying out here for a long time. However, I feel like there's just a certain level of nuance between a relationship between an older person and a younger person. Because if you look at Diddy and Young Miami, if you look at the dynamic in that relationship, you can tell that she was someone coming to something new. She'd found a provider that was willing to give her everything, and in her mind, she didn't have to.
She found a sponsor. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna keep what I was gonna say in my head. Listen, I'm praying for an all-in-one husband. Yes, my husband better sponsor me, and I will sponsor him, like, in all types of ways, not just sexually, but like financially. Like, do you know what I mean?
So like, because hold on, because some women be thinking, right? As a man is providing, yeah, whether it be emotionally, physically, and financially, all you gotta deliver is physically. Nah.
Like, women, I'll be real. Let me talk. Let me talk. Listen.
So you were complaining about me not letting me, like,
yeah, but
me talk. Nah,
come on. Then, I will. Yeah, so let me talk then.
Go on, say your thing then. Use your shit, bruv. Oh,
okay. Look, women, yeah. A guy could have money and all that stuff. Yeah, it's not just, okay, you know, I'm gonna suck his wawa, or, you know, I'm gonna, you know, cook for him, and I'm just gonna give him, you know, some sex. No, like, there's more than that. Like, you know what I'm saying? These guys, yeah, like these generation guys are a bit sassy. You know what I'm saying? They're like, you know, certain things, but I'm not talking about this kind of guys. I'm talking about men that deserve to be men, or everyone deserves to be appreciated, but I'm talking about give him compliments, you know what I'm saying, gift, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. Not just Gift in other ways. Be freely giving, like, to your partner, like vice versa. I think you shouldn't just expect. Definitely be freely giving. And so that means, you know, obviously depending on what that person's into, definitely give them a bit of that. Like, so, you know, you're intentionally caring for them and thinking of them and not just their physical sexual needs, you know? Just saying. So, like, have some personality, babe. Do you know what I'm saying?
No, there's got to be depth to the relationship. Do you know what I mean? Because
100%.
I feel like a lot of women feel like they've got a lot to offer.
Like, y'all can trick on each other.
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
What do you mean trick on each other? Oh, I get what you mean. But yeah, I feel like there's a certain... Sometimes you got to be... What's the word? You got to have humility. That's the one. You got to have humility.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that's deep.
You got to be humble about your things sometimes. I know a lot of people will be thinking that, rah, you know what, I'm set good, but yeah, you might be set good for this person, but for someone else, it might not be all of that. And you got to watch out for those things as well. Like she said before, or like we said before, don't be settling for the bare minimum. And on that note, one more thing I want to talk about. What do you think about the future of relationships?
Future?
Yeah, because of AI now you don't even need to talk to babes. This is what I was saying last time when I was saying that.
Oh my God, be careful, you know, because I'll be so real. Nah, it's so real because these kids got the technology that we don't have, what we didn't have growing up,
Who would want that though? Who wants to lotion a robot? I want to lotion a baby.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie, everyone was lotioning somebody online at one point. Do you understand?
Yeah, but that was real people though.
Yeah, it was real people, but at the same time, you wasn't looking at them, you wasn't seeing them. There was no Skype, all this other stuff. Skype came in later, or that MSN faced whatever.
They pass. Yeah, I was on.
All right, look. Point being, technology is advanced, innit? The robots have advanced.
I don't know how she's
they can have relationships now. There's people out here that can build and have. I can have a whole friendship with AI on Snapchat right now if I didn't have no one to speak to.
I talk to my AI.
Literally. You talk to your AI, there you go. He's one of these people.
You know, you can ask your AI to make titles for you, right? It actually works like ChatGPT. If people didn't know that, you can use your AI in your Snapchat like ChatGPT. I'm just saying.
Okay, well, he's there promoting
Get to
AI.
grips, get to grips.
I don't think they need any more promotion, so I'm not going to talk about them anymore. You feel me? So, end of the day, it's everywhere. But just remain authentic. Keep authentic connections around you. Just don't take nothing like. Just make sure your bounce back game is strong. Make sure because not everything. Because look, I've had a lot of false starts in life when it comes to relationships. I've been because that's where you get the false starts as well. Because that's where I had.
No, you said you got to warm up. You got to warm up the engine.
No, it doesn't. I hear that, but do you know what? Yeah, you can have false starts everywhere. I had a false start on Tinder. Do you know what I'm saying? And it was ridiculous because the guy was talking to me every day. Be good morning, beautiful. And I was like, do you know what? This could be my man because on paper he was everything that I could see. This guy had a whole baby on the way, and he didn't want a relationship with me. He had a relationship already. He just wanted what he wanted. And he's laughing about it, but that really upset me because I had high hopes. Do you get it? I was hurt. Do you know what I'm saying? And I was in my feelings. Do you get it? So as a woman, then how? Because even though these guys can't accept having not even accept, they can't be in a relationship because they've already made the commitments elsewhere. They've already laid their bed, but that doesn't mean they don't want to look at you. This guy's still on my social media. Do you know what I'm saying? And there's people that will have their relationships, will still have things that they want to look at. Do you know what I'm saying?
No, man, don't be lurking on your exes. Sometimes you just gotta let that.
Like, what is that about? Like, you've made this person someone that you like. I want those things. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so how much that makes me feel like even at my young age, I would love to meet a partner and fell in love and had a baby and and that person I was speaking to every day, but they had that with somebody else, and again it happened again. So I'm actually at a point where I could be fed up, I could be bitter, but my heart is still pure. I'm still open to love. I still want to put my best foot forward and just obviously know what I'm doing wrong and obviously work on those things. Do you know what I'm saying? Obviously continuously, the work on yourself never ever ever ends. Do you know what I'm saying? Just making sure you're confident by yourself so that, because if that was the case, I could be like those things that will make you just want to leech onto the next person because of your disappointments, and then that's where you kind of end up in the wrong relationships. So don't be on the rebound and then get attached too quickly to people.
Yes. No, wait, before you even continue. See that rebound, man, this especially goes for us. If I know sometimes the guys might be like, oh, my babe just left me, let's hit shoulder chop. I'm so happy they closed down cargo.
Shoulder is shit. Okay, with one thing, I'm gonna put my foot. Shoreditch is shit. Unless there's an event there, it's not an excuse to go there and have a fashion show of dirty trainers. Okay.
2018 to 2022, Shoreditch was the zone. All right.
There was once upon a time where it was everything was it like everything else in London. But
Exactly, but
everything has changed.
if you've lost
So
your base,
unless there's an event, no. I literally avoided Shoreditch last night. I had a lit time right here in the ends. Great. It's very spontaneous, fun. And I didn't have to pay mad cab go home. I literally bopped it. Very convenient, very good, very demure. Okay?
what does that even mean? Where did
Listen.
you get these words from? You got sassy.
You gotta stay, you have to keep up with the trends, okay? Keep up. Keep up.
Who turned sassy into a trend?
Sassy's not a trend. Being funny
So what is sassy? Wait, can you explain
is
that one?
a personality. Okay.
How can what a man sassy?
It's something that was like an interview that went viral of like talking about how you look, basically saying that you look very like well put together. Okay.
Is that what sassy means?
No.
Oh, is that for Demuri?
Don't worry.
That's right. That's how I say how it's spelled. It definitely looks like that. But yeah, exactly what she said, my people. Rebounds. Be careful. Don't be out here just giving yourself to everyone. Make sure you vet your situations and make sure you're just aware of yourself. Because at the end of the day, you're going into a relationship with someone else. You don't want to, you kind of want to work on yourself and make sure you've established it. Because like she said, a lot of false starts. It gets like that sometimes. And sometimes
I'm so tired of false starts. Like, I'm actually fucking tired of it. You know, but you know, God allows me to meet people, and you know what? I don't ever love and say, do you know what? I wish I had that love back. If I ever gave love, it was for you to have, and it is what it is. Like, if you didn't appreciate, if you couldn't give it
She
back
cut
to
me off
me
again.
because you couldn't have, you just
She
couldn't
cut me
do
off
it.
again.
It is what it is, type shit. But I ain't fucking with that no more. Like, I deserve what I deserve, and I deserve a forever love that I actually want to be in, and I'm with it, and I'm not settling for less. So let's go, baby. You know what I'm saying? Because whoever gets me for life, yeah, you're so lucky. Vice versa, I should expect to be lucky. I should feel lucky. I should be like, oh my god.
Make sure you get
thank
large
God for
doorways
this
though.
man.
You
know what I'm
got
saying?
you got to have larger doorways though.
What?
You got to have large doorways. Get your headpiece in. And on that note, thank you everyone for watching today's show. Oh, let me not finish. AI, all that robotic stuff, people, be careful, man. Human connection is the most important thing. Don't be afraid to fall in love. Yeah, I get it. It's treacherous out here. Things might be tough. Sometimes you might be thinking it's not worth it, and that ain't what you want to be doing. Like, there's a quote out there that says, sometimes you may want something and you're thinking about giving up because it may not be for you. But then at the end of the day, you might live with that feeling, thinking that, damn, I gave up. It could have been for me. You don't want to be in that boat. If it's not for you, it simply won't be. The time for you to stop chasing it will show itself. Do you know what I mean? And last but not least, once again, make sure to thank God and don't forget to smile, my people. It's been your host MDS, your favorite creative.
Big Rose official. Let's go, and we go into big places. Period. You know, stay blessed, people. Stay warm. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Avoid the colds. If you got one, drink honey and lemon and some lemsip and
put ginger in there as well, and mint
and ginger
and mint.
I don't know about the mint, but ginger.
It opens your pores up, people. Let the heat into your body.
Whatever remedy that your old grandma told you, or
what?
the old auntie, or
listen,
friend or whatever.
Gram is still running heavy to this day. Do you know how much legwork she's done? Don't even get. You know what? That conversation is coming soon. Creative Productions, Creative Conversations. Thank you for watching. We've got a lot more content coming for you guys. Consistency, I am going to pick out my people. I'll ensure it. Thank you for all your support. Hey, I need 1,000 followers before the end of the year.
I'm really upset because I was supposed to get my nails done, guys. You know, normally I look cute. I'm going to get them done anyway, but I wanted to get them done. So I look cute for shooting, but still I do regardless. I mean,